So, um, Tuesday, this Tuesday, I found out that I am pregnant again, 5 weeks, and definitely wasn't planned. Um, I really should have been more cautious because I was on the birth control, but it was making me very sick, and I had to get off. Like I couldn't take care of my baby, so I had to get off of it. And I should have known it was gonna make me sick, but I just did not want to get pregnant. I was waiting for them to do my hysterectomy, so I planned to get a hysterectomy. My date was actually August 6th because of the whole coronavirus thing. They considered it an elective surgery. It wasn't something that I needed and something I wanted because I wanted to make sure I never got pregnant again. There are too many people in my family who've gotten pregnant with their test tubes tied, so I wanted to get a hysterectomy. My appointment was June 3rd, but then the whole coronavirus thing hit and they rescheduled it to August 6th. So I got my birth control taken out in like April because I had to. I was trying and see if it would just like take effect, but the shit just kept getting worse. I couldn't breathe at one point. It were days, like I was going days like not being able to breathe, and like I was so short of breath and passing out. It just wasn't worth it. So I am pregnant now, and I was just trying to figure out what the fuck am I gonna do, because this motherfucker still don't work nowhere. He keeps everything that comes out his mouth is fantasy. Nothing is real. There's no real goals, no real plans. Just if I win the lottery and if I was rich and all this other bullshit. There's no if I get a job or when I get a job or I'm gonna work here. Or, I'm gonna apply to this place or let me apply for it. Like there's no real. He's like lazy as fuck, and I can't keep letting nobody. I mean, I have nothing for you to live off of. I have housing, and my son gets disability. That's how I pay my bills, and that is so fucking embarrassing for me. How the fuck can he live in a house with and think that shit is okay? That you living off of us. You're living off my son basically, and they're about to cut that because they. When they were closed for the whole coronavirus thing, I could not do anything. Everything was down. Even online services, they were, the online services were working, but nobody was checking them. And last year, when I was doing taxes, I was pregnant. And I wasn't really, last year when I was doing taxes, I was in and out the hospital because of my stomach. So I was doing taxes, but I really wasn't worried about nothing else. I was just trying to figure out what the fuck was wrong with me, and I did not report it. Now, I only made like a couple $1,000. It wasn't a lot of money, but they made it seem like I was trying to lie. I said, sweetie, what the fuck would I lie for? Why would I file taxes if I'm trying to lie? Everybody knows that when you file taxes, everybody gonna find out what you got, right? So that's not me lying. That's just me forgetting and having more important things and concerns than y'all. And I honestly thought that they could just see that shit, because when I first started working at MVA, and I applied for the disability and my son got approved. I never went up there. They just knew that I was working. They knew how much I got paid, and so I thought they knew because I filed taxes and this shit was going in the same bank account as my son check. So I thought they knew, but they probably gonna cut his stuff. If they cut his stuff, I don't know what the fuck to do. Disability did deny me again. Of course, everybody say, oh, they're going to keep denying you, just have to get a lawyer. I have 2 children and 1 on the way. I have a 12-year-old sister, and, I've made commitments to like my goddaughter and to my stepdaughter, she called herself. And I can't just say fuck those children because they are kids. I want to work, but I cannot work in those type of environments. The main reason I wanted to be approved for disability is because disability has their own type of hiring type thing, their own network of jobs that will hire people who have disabilities, and they won't fire them. Like if they get sick or something like that, they're not going to fire them. Whereas, so even though I was working for the state, I had FMLA and all that, they were trying to find a way to fire me because I was calling out and leaving early to go to the ER. I mean, it wasn't really, well, yeah, it got bad towards the end because I didn't know what was wrong with me. Now, my anxiety is the worst part of it. Eating, most of the time I don't eat until like 2 o'clock anyway because I'd be so scared. But if I try to do physical activity, I will get really lightheaded and dizzy and I will have to eat. But the first time I eat during every day, I get sick. And then I don't know if the second time I eat I'm gonna get sick or not. It's never, imagine having the stomach virus every time you eat. And then not knowing, well, the short version of the stomach virus that lasts probably like an hour or so. And then not knowing if you're gonna have the virus the next time you eat. Your anxiety gets fucked up. So that's my anxiety got fucked up. And my stomach is still fucked up. It's not as bad, but it is bad. And nobody wants to hire somebody who's unreliable. So now I'm sitting here outside trying to figure out what the fuck to do. I'm thinking about I'm feeling like somebody watching me. I'm thinking about abortion, unfortunately. I'm not a fan of abortion. I'm not against it. I don't feel like people should be walking around with babies from somebody who raped them. I don't feel like people should be forced, women should be forced to bring children in the world who they cannot love or who they cannot take care of. It's no woman should have to do anything they don't want to do. So my whole reason for getting an abortion would be I wouldn't want to bring a child in this world who I cannot take care of. Right now, my house is packed. Like, I have no more room for another baby. I don't have any money. I don't have a job. I don't have the, financial means. My boyfriend is worthless. He serves no purpose anymore, and I'm gonna have to get rid of him. I'm tired of having the same fucking conversation with him. It's like he doesn't fucking listen. He hops up to go over his damn. It's like he wants to be his mother's bitch for the rest of his life, not a fucking dad. I can't keep having the same conversation with him. And I mean, obviously I'm gonna have to work, but then hey, that's the whole thing of daycare. Daycare is not fucking cheap at all. I cannot afford it even if I did work. There is no one who I trust with my children. I cannot keep asking my brother to do it because he is a grown ass man and needs his own life. Whatever I did do, if I did get a job, it would have to be from home and it could not be on the phone. It would have to be something that is on the computer so people can't hear my crying child. Also, so people cannot hear me when I'm, if I happen to have a flare up or something and I'm on the fucking toilet, people can't hear me or see me. Jobs like that, honestly, I have no idea. Like, how do people get jobs doing the little chat thing? Like, people are live on chat and they need help and stuff. How do people get jobs like that? Or just jobs with like somebody maybe like data entry from home or just some easy shit. But nowadays they don't need data entry people because everything is like automatic. So I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do. I'm stressed and I'm scared and I'm nervous and I don't want to get an abortion. I really don't. But after disability denied me, this is the second time they denied me, and I applied in 2018. I don't see myself, getting it. A lot of people don't take my condition serious because a lot of people have it. But what they fail to realize is there are different levels to it. It's a spectrum of it. The pain spectrum is different for everybody. My mother has IBS and so do I. But her IBS level, she can eat cheese. And she can have cereal and macaroni and cheese and pizza and stuff like that, and the worst that might happen to her, she might get nauseous. Me, I will have pains out the ass, like stomach pains, nausea, diarrhea, cramping, and that shit will last hours if I even touch dairy, like real dairy. I do have, like, I sometimes might have the lactate milk or lactate ice cream, but not a lot. And if I have the lactate milk, I mix it with water. Can't do almond milk. That makes my stomach hurt. Like, my stomach is very special. certain foods I can't eat, I try not to eat at all, or I'll try to like just drink like juice, like cranberry juice or apple juice or lemonade or water, just something to put on my stomach. But even sometimes that makes me sick. It doesn't cause a lot of pain, but sometimes my stomach is iffy. I can eat toast and my stomach hurt. I remember a time when I ate toast and had an IBS attack. So my IBS attacks are more from what I ate the day before than what I eat that day. And I'm very much just very stressed right now because having another baby on the way, not having, I don't even have the possibility of getting disability now. It was denied. I don't have any future money coming in. I can't start my own business. I don't have any money at all. I'm probably about to cut my son's check. My boyfriend is literally serving no fucking purpose. And I really was trying to be positive. I was putting positive energy in the world, because anyone who suffers from anxiety knows that anxiety causes negative thoughts all through, just like 100% all day, every day, negative thoughts. You could try to put positivity out there, but then the anxiety is like, well, I mean, you're saying this, but can you really do it? Can you really do this? Do you really have the strength? You're not smart enough. You're not strong enough. What about your stomach? Aren't you afraid that this will happen? And it just, like, it fucks with you. And my therapist told me that's how it works, and I thought she was lying, but it really does, and I had to think back at it. It's how it works. And now I am pregnant again. And my last pregnancy was a bitch. I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do. I am thinking about getting an abortion. He doesn't want an abortion. I didn't want an abortion. And it's not that I want one. It's more like I don't want to have a child come into this world and be all stressed out and not being able to take care of the baby, and then taking my stress out on the baby. Like, I want to be able to show my baby love and, you know, be a real mother. I don't want my child thinking that I hate them because I'm always stressed out and sleep or sick or trying to work and trying to make money, trying to pay for them to do stuff, and they never see me or I never spend time with them. Like, I don't want that. So it's like, my thing was, if I could not be a real mother, I don't want to be one at all. And I already have 2 kids, plus, like I said, my sister who I have custody of, and, you know, I don't want to put them, it's enough with them. But I want my baby. I want my healthy baby, boy or girl, whatever it is. But right now, I just cannot financially take care of a child. And like I say, I should have been more careful. I should have been, I mean, there's no excuse. I got pregnant, you know. There was nothing to do for like 3 or 4 whole fucking months. The coronavirus took over everything. There was nothing to fucking do. Nothing was open. Of course, had no money. Nothing else to do. On my days when I wasn't in pain, or those times I wasn't in pain, I had sex. So now I'm pregnant and terrified.